Hey, what's going on, guys? I got something really cool for you guys today. Here local to me, there's a town called Odenton that has a really great antique store called New to Us. And this store is a little kind of crazy. It is an antique store that has a bunch of antiques and cool stuff of that nature, but they also sell a lot of video games. It's actually kind of a fun story. The owner, his significant other said, "Hey man, you have too many duplicate video games." So years ago, he was kind of forced to sell his duplicates, and that blossomed into a whole half of the store now selling video games. And they get some cool stuff in once in a while. Anyway, the owner contacted me and said, "Yo, I'm making a deal for $24,000 worth of video games. Do you want to come check it out?" So obviously I had to go, right? So this is that video. Check out this insane $24,000 retro video game deal. So like I said, New to Us is a collectible antique consignment store that happens to have a lot of video games. You can check them out on Facebook. They also have a website. All that is kind of on the sign here, but man, is there a lot to see. The store itself is really massive, but like I said, they've dedicated a whole half of this building to video games. Everything, consoles, Atari, Nintendo. They have, of course, like all game stores, rare stuff in the case, a lot of common stuff and guides and stuff out in the open. But this place is a little bit different. When you think of a game store, you think of, maybe like in a strip mall or something, and something, a little bit more, maybe like a conventional. Is that the right word? Either way, this place is not that. This place is really crazy. You never know what you're gonna find here. There's just all sorts of stuff. I mean, I've seen some of the rarest stuff in my collection has come from this store. And it's just, you gotta come here like dang near every week just to know, that you're not missing something. In fact, this is a recent addition. He has these awesome like PlayStation cabinets that he got from like a pawn store that, are now being used to store games. And I'm like, man, I want these just in my collection. But there is just so much to see here on a normal day, not to mention this collection that we're about to check out. This is just the start of it. I mean, here is some bins of Super Nintendo games. I mean, we're gonna have all this stuff kind of out on a table where you can see it a little bit better here in a second. But I mean, this is 3 bins out of what you're about to see is just a massive deal that these guys made. So apparently the situation is the original owner of these games is going through some stuff right now, and you know what they always say, when you're going through stuff, big change, right? That's when you make the deals, and it always falls down to the 3 Ds, right? Death, divorce, and Donkey Kong Country. So I don't know which one applied here, but it has motivated the seller to get rid of basically his entire collection. And this is part 1. Like I said, this is part 1 of this deal, and it was a deal for $24,000 worth of video games. And it's only going to get crazier from here. I mean, this is just the bins. I mean, you look at these bins. This NES bin is too deep. All of these are too deep. I'm going to have to go through. We have a big table set up. I'm going to show you some of the stuff these guys got. I'm going to start you off with an overview of just some heavy hitters. I mean, this is just some heavy hitters that I picked out because there's just too much to go through. On the display that I like to call the heavy hitters, we have the Power Glove, some really decent Super Nintendo's games, including Jetsons, Complete in Box, Dragon Warrior 2. Here's some of the crazier stuff, because the N64 collection, which I'll get to a little bit later, is complete except for 5 games. So, I mean, you got Sculptor's Cut, you got Beast Wars, Bomberman Second Attack. Here's just some more Complete in Box stuff. Zelda, Felix the Cat on NES, which is a game I've always wanted. 2 Complete in Box freaking Wii U's, Dragon Warrior 4, that is a rare game. And I just kind of sprinkled in some more heavy hitter 64 games around, because there are plenty of them to go around and show. But I mean, a lot of these NES games, some of these rare ones are Complete in Box, which, easily turns a $50 game into a $200 game, as a for instance. But I mean, like I said, this is just some of the heavy hitters. So with a $24,000 game deal, what does that get you? Starting with Super Nintendo, we have over 130 games. Like I showed a second ago, I already showed kind of some of the heavy hitters, not even all of them, but I mean, also, as you can see, there's a SNES Mini in here, but I mean, 130 Super Nintendo games, varying from common to rare to essential. I mean, you really get some really good stuff here. I mean, Zelda, Mario, Donkey Kong, some good RPGs, Illusion of Gaia's in here, fighting games. I mean, I can't even imagine what else we're going to be going through. Just looking at this part of the collection, I mean, it's going to be massive. So the Wii U collection isn't very big, but it's pretty substantial. They have 2 complete in box Wii U's. I think they're worth like $300-400 each, and a pretty decent amount of games. I mean, the Wii U didn't have many games, but the stuff they have here is stuff that I would definitely want. I mean, I'm actually probably gonna pick up a couple myself. You know, hopefully I can get something before the masses get the opportunity. But still, you know, I wanted to show this off right now because the next 2 collections are so big. I honestly don't know how the heck I'm gonna show them. So for the N64 collection, I had to do the table a little bit different. There are way too many games. To make it a little bit easier to reference, there are actually only 5 games missing. So this big massive part here in the middle, that is actually stacks 6 deep. Every single game you see is actually 6 games below it, deep of 64 games. The loose ones are the heavy hitters that I already had out with that first shot. But I just want to show them off again. Some of them complete in box, some of them not. But I mean, you know, Sculptor's Cut, Beast Wars, Snowboard Kids 2, some of the massive games. But I mean, this collection, like I said, it's missing 5 games. I don't have the exact list in front of me, but like all 5 of the games aren't necessarily really rare ones. I think one of the ones that is more common but still not very cheap was like Mario Party 3. So, you know, like I said, this thing has the massive hard to get ones, but it also is mostly complete. So I decided for the NES collection, there's no way I could pull all these out. There is 522 games, some complete in box, all of them really good condition. Very few of them have messed up labels. Extremely rare stuff. I'm talking like all the Dragon Warriors. You know, a lot of the really heavy hitters. Felix the Cat's in here. I don't know if you know about that game. That's actually a game that I'm hoping to get today because that game is top notch and it's also very hard to get. As far as what's boxed, it's kind of random. You have stuff as cool and rare as like, you know, River City Ransom, but as common as, you know, Mario or Addams Family. So all sorts of stuff. And also you cannot neglect the Power Glove with the sensor, mind you. That's very hard to find. They also have the Power Glove game. I forget the name of it. That was part of this whole collection. But yeah, I mean, like I said, the total value of this entire deal was $24,000, and this stuff is now all going to be coming out on the shop. It's insane. This is just such a massive deal, and hopefully we might be seeing some more here in the future. So what do you guys think? That to me was insane. I mean, we were just moving the boxes and stacking the games. We were working up a sweat. It was like 2 hours worth of just getting the stuff put in a position to show you guys. I mean, he has everything that I showed is pretty much going for sale, save for like 3 games. And you know, I know what some of you guys are thinking. Did I end up buying Felix the Cat? Yes. Did I end up buying anything else? Also, yes. So it was a really cool thing for me. Thanks again for letting me come there and film. I don't want to talk too soon about it, but apparently this might only be part 1 of this deal. Apparently the guy who sold all the stuff to him has a lot more, and there's a chance that I might be going back there and filming again. So be sticking around for that because I think it's going to be very cool. And that's going to do it for us today, guys. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you haven't, please do. It would be fantastic. But as always, my friends, take it easy.